Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now, I want to apologize for a few things. First things first, my voice is kind of a little bit strange today. I've had a bit of a crazy last few days and it's taken a toll on me. I suppose I was taking a little bit of a break from YouTube, if you will. It was not really a break from YouTube, more just having a good time, enjoying myself a bit. So, hope you guys can all understand that, and that's why I haven't uploaded in the last couple of days. So, now that that's over and done with, we can get into some Career Mode awesomeness. And first up, we actually have a group game, and it's against Italy. Now, Italy are a wonderful side, both on FIFA and in real life. For me, Italy are actually one of the few international teams I really enjoy playing with on FIFA. I don't know about you guys, and I'd actually love it if you could leave in the comments, guys, if any of you guys have done international management, which was your favorite team to play with during when you do international games? What is your favorite team? I know there's probably going to be a few Brazil. Everyone enjoys, the skillful, fast players. But if there's any other sort of teams, let me know in the comments that you guys really enjoyed using on career mode. So I'm really interested to find that out. And yeah, I had this game against Italy, so let's get on with it. Now, Italy are a really solid side on this game. They have the likes of Balotelli, and for me, if you let Balotelli anywhere near your goal, you are in for a treat. He is just an absolute god in this game, and he's certainly someone that I've always, thought about picking up on my own personal team for Liverpool. But at the same time, there are a few other players out there that I really do want to try out. So with that being said, I came up against Italy, and I knew if I could beat Italy, I would actually have a really solid chance at winning the World Cup, because Italy are such a good team, and I rate them so highly that if I could beat them, I really feel as though I'd be in with a good shout. Falcao just completely does the defender silly there, and he is just kicking ass and taking names. In the 33rd minute there, he picks up a goal for himself. I was so happy to see that, and this World Cup campaign looks like it could be really good. And once I was 1-0 up against a side like Italy, I just couldn't help but feel confident. There's such a good side that for me to be 1-0 up at halftime, things were looking pretty tasty. On the other side of the things, we had Uruguay drawing 0-0 to Netherlands. For me, I'd definitely say Netherlands were favorites of that game, if you will. They are a good side. Uruguay, are a good side, but I definitely feel as though Netherlands are slightly better, and they should probably go into that game favorites. Obviously, Uruguay do have some good players out there, but the Netherlands are just packed with pure class. So once I was 1-0 up, things were looking good, and I got so lucky that Balotelli didn't manage to get his feet on the other end of that, because he would have shredded my defense there. It was a really nice ball through from Italy. What I like about Italy the most is the fact that they literally have, everything you could possibly want in the team. They have some fantastic attackers. They have great midfielders. You got the likes of Pirlo. So many great passers in midfield. And then in defense, you just have big rocks that are just ready to stop things. Obviously, they got some great keepers as well. So overall, Italy are just all around a solid side. Unfortunately, Falcao does pick up a card here. Kind of made me a little bit less aggressive with him, I suppose, when it came to later on in the game. But it was, quite late in the game, so I wasn't too nervous about things. But Falcao there picked up the yellow, like I said, and things were looking good. We were playing some really solid football, and we wanted more goals. I definitely felt in control for this game. A great ball played through from Cuadrado, and that is just a wonderful piece of play from Colombia. We played so well to pass it round, and that right there from Cuadrado, just that little chip through ball, plays it through to Falcao, and of course Falcao's finish just put the cherry on top, which is just awesome. 3-0 up against Italy, things are looking tasty. They are just kind of throwing away possession. They weren't the Italy that I'm used to seeing. Italy are very known for dominant sort of football, and we're just playing really well, and they just weren't up to it today. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but this was actually a group game, so I'm glad that we've been playing very well, and to be able to pick up this sort of scoreline after not doing so well against Austria, admittedly. We have to admit, a draw against Austria, although it is a draw is okay, but against Austria I'd really expect to do well, and that's why I'm not entirely sure whether I am gonna be upping the difficulty or not. So I take a look at Austria and I'm like, so I drew to Austria, yeah, I can come against Italy and I can batter them 4-0. I'm not entirely sure how that is, and one of the main reasons I think it is because of the fact that I'm actually really inconsistent on when I play career mode. And don't ask me why that is, but sometimes I'll hop on and I'll just play magnificently. Other times I'll hop on and I'll just play terribly. So I had my last game in the group stages, and it was against the USA, and I just felt very comfortable in this game. I know it was an away game, and I'm not a big fan of simulating away games, but like I said, the team had just been playing so well, I felt confident that I could simulate this game. Unfortunately, confidence paid off as I managed to get a 2-0 victory over the USA. So we drew against Austria and we won against both Italy and the USA. So it's really, really good. I also won Manager of the Season for my Liverpool club, which is just really good. And I got all this sort of information and things back from the team. Let me know that I've done well. You know, the Champions League, I didn't do as well as I was hoping, but I did manage to win the league. And that's exactly what they wanted from me. A whole bunch more emails. I was getting spammed to hell with the emails, but here were some new ones. They asked if I could win the domestic cup, which I was like, fair enough. Well, you know, I'll try and do my best for that. But one thing they said was when it came to the league, they just wanted me to qualify. I was a little bit like, wait a second, I swear you just asked me to win the league. I've won the league, and now you just want me to qualify for the Champions League. So I had no problems with that. You know, that makes my job a lot easier, a lot more stress-free. But I got some seriously big offers in from clubs. So first off, we had a couple offers in for Coutinho, and of course, I expected offers for Daniel Sturridge. But for me, I wasn't ready to sell Daniel Sturridge unless he was going for a whole crap ton of money. Because for me, Daniel Sturridge is just playing unreal. For me, I'm almost have to say he's the star of the team at the moment, so we'll just have to see how that goes. Coutinho, a few offers came in from him. We had I counter offered for around 52 million because that's what I honestly think he's worth right now. I understand he's a good player and he's going to become a monster, but I have to admit, if I could grab it, if I could sell him for around 52 million, I feel as though that would be pretty sweet. But I had another game, but this time was against Russia. I believe this was I want to say the round 16. So this game was going to be important, and Russia, they have some really nice players. I definitely think, you know, if I can beat Italy 4-0, I should be able to go and give Russia a good game. But then again, like I said, inconsistency is one of the main things I suffer from. But fortunately, we get off to a cracking start. This time it was through Sanchez. I really haven't seen Sanchez as much as I suppose I'd like to have seen him in this game, or in the entire time I've played in this World Cup, because he really hasn't been getting that involved. But that was the first time I really seen him pipe up, and it was nice to see him get a goal there. Some really good footballing though. You know, when we attack really well. Sorry, Guarin is just a monster. His right foot is unbelievable. I've said it so many times before. The free kicks he has is insane, just because of the amount of power he has with that right foot. And as you can see, it pays off there as he actually takes it in quite an awkward position, but he still manages to put it around the keeper. And I'm pretty sure had the keeper been a little bit better, he may have been able to stop it, but still take nothing away from Guarin. He had played really, really well. So 2-0 up against Russia, and it was actually still very early on. I honestly thought we were going to batter Russia senseless, but I'm not too sure. But then Falcao, of course, he was going to pipe up. That's 3-0 in 11 minutes. I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, is this serious? Could this be like a 6-7-0 battering? But they managed to hold off from me scoring another one all the way into the 20th minutes. And Falcao was really impressing me. I don't know how else to put it, to be honest with you. Personally, I think he is absolute quality in real life. I don't really rate him that much in FIFA, though. I don't know about you guys. I think, you know, he's got a decent shot on him. And when I say decent, obviously, he's got a very good shot on him. But for some reason, I don't seem to play that well with him. Keeper makes a fantastic save. But sometimes FIFA is FIFA, and they will end up getting a goal there. They actually score in the 27th minute. So fair play to him for that. They managed to bring it back to 3-1, which is a bit more of a respectable score, but I definitely felt as though I was dominating the majority of this game. Ibarbo is lethal at the moment. He's definitely someone I'm going to keep my eye on. I was playing some really nice football, keeping the pressure on, because even though it was 3-1, I still wanted to go on and get some more goals. I didn't want to sit back, any of that ultra defensive business. I just don't enjoy playing FIFA that way. Falcao pays off with a header. You know, he's got some great jumping and heading stats on him, so that's why he was managed to rise up to that, and he did a good job of banging that one in. 4-1 against Russia. It looks like we could be in for a very, very good World Cup campaign. Now, one of the things I kind of asked myself was, do I want to change the difficulty? And to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't really want to change the difficulty, mainly because if any of you guys have played on Legendary, I just don't enjoy playing FIFA on Legendary. They all seem to play like Barcelona. They have ridiculous possession stats, and for me, I'm just not a big fan of it. And like I said, I'm a very inconsistent player, so, you know, like I said, I could draw to Austria, and then I could go ahead and smash Italy 4-0. So, a lot of the times you might be like, Cal, if you're beating Italy 4-0, then you should definitely up the difficulty. But if you take a look at me drawing against Austria, you probably think, you know, that's about right. He's probably playing at the, you know, an okay sort of level and difficulty. So I'm kind of in that dilemma at the moment, but I'm sure I might end up changing it, moving it up, just to see what happens, just to see how it all goes. But 5-2, and just make that 6-2. And Barbo there finishes it up. And I am just playing really well at the moment in the World Cup, and I think we're going to be in for a fantastic run. What do you guys think? Like I said, in the comments, please let me know. What is your favorite international team to roll with? I hope you guys have all enjoyed this episode. Falcao with another hat-trick. He is just beating these teams up. Like I said, kicking ass and taking names. That is what Falcao is up to. But like I said, leave a comment, guys. I'll catch you on a little bit. Hope you all have a cracking day, and I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.